Hi, my name is Brent Ward. I'm a professor at DeVry University. I'm also a jazz enthusiast, a super fan of jazz, and I'm here to answer a few questions about jazz from miony. So ask the question, I'll give you the answers.
What emotions do you feel when you listen to jazz?
What emotions do I feel when I listen to jazz? It depends on the type of jazz. If it's smooth jazz or pop jazz, there are times I get excited. I'm really excited about the music, and I can't get it out of my head, and it stays with me all day, and it makes me feel not only excited but also in a very good mood most of the time. If it's a slow song and mournful and it doesn't go anywhere, I feel frustrated and sometimes even a little depressed, and I turn it off. Yeah.
Nice. Do you expect jazz music to grow in the future?
Do I expect jazz music to grow in the future? Unfortunately, I don't, and here's my reasons. Number one is that people get turned on to jazz mostly when they learn how to play it. If you just hear jazz, you're not as excited about it because there's no vocals to relate to, and sometimes it sounds like boom, 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 just all over the place. But once you start playing it, you realize what the musician is doing, and then you feel excited about it, and you want to learn to play it yourself. So where do people learn to play jazz? Well, saxophonists, they usually learn in high school, and with all the budget cuts, high school music programs are under fire, being replaced by private companies that go in and the students pay a fee, and they tend to teach them guitar and keyboard in popular like rock music. So I think that you're going to see a decline in jazz education because it used to be in high school is where you would learn jazz. That's my main reason. Also, there's a new style of music called smooth jazz, and the people that play the old traditional jazz are really snobby about it. You think that if you play smooth jazz that you're somehow selling out or whatever, and so the older generation is not learning it and teaching the younger generation that it's a good style, even though it's popular in the clubs and popular in CD sales, etc. That's another reason I think it's going to die.
How do you think jazz will impact the life of the younger generation in the future?
How do I think jazz will what?
Will impact the life of the younger generation in the future?
I think that they will be more exposed to the pop jazz that comes from called smooth jazz. So if they do like jazz, it'll be the stuff you hear on WLOQ, and not the things, the roots jazz like Charlie Parker and Miles Davis and these guys that pioneered it back in the 40s and 50s. I also think if someone wants to learn jazz, they're going to be disappointed because I tried to find a jazz teacher for my 10-year-old daughter, and I found one person who was studying jazz. She's in her early 20s. I had to drive all the way from the airport to Apopka, 40 minutes to get her to the lesson, and then that student went back to her university, so now she's without a jazz teacher. I tried real hard and I couldn't find anybody that even knew how to teach it. So they're going to be frustrated if they want to learn. I think they're going to have a hard time finding teachers. Anything else?
Yeah, that'll be all.
That's it?
For today.
Okay.